All right, gonna do the daily update for U.S. Steel. So interesting day. Uh, Dipped in the morning to about 23 bucks, and then just straight melted up for almost $2, from 23 almost to $25. Wasn't expecting that move at all. And I actually had some puts that I bought earlier in the day. I'm still holding some too. As I'll tell you here in a second what my logic is on why I'm still holding them. As you can see, I think it's probably going to dip here soon. But there's two different scenarios I'm looking at based off the chart. The first scenario is it continues higher, and if you look at the 4-hour chart, this would actually be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'd get 5 right here. That would only take you to probably, I mean, it could go way higher, but 26.50 to about 27.30. So if that scenario happens, I'm not liking my puts as much. But the thing is, that would be the end of the first wave, and if it went to 26.50, we would be still looking at 22.28 when it eventually pulled back to the 50% retracement. That's the first scenario. The scenario that I'm leaning towards, maybe I have a little bit of a bias, but this scenario, a few points on this are on the daily chart. If this was still going to be the first wave from here, so it went up here, down, and then went up higher, then why did this only dip to the 0.23 fib? That's what I'm looking at from a logic standpoint. Like, that's like, what is this? This is a first wave, second wave, and then this is going to be a third wave? Like, that doesn't make any sense looking at the daily chart. And so, logically, I'm just like, this has got to go down further to complete the second wave. And so, on the daily chart, it would still need to go down to 2150. If we do the 1.61 fib, where does that take us? 2150-ish. So this move was definitely not what I was thinking. I thought we already had gotten the B move and we were already heading down for the C move. But there's so many different corrective waves you can have in Elliott wave. And so if you're familiar with flats, you have irregular flats, you have regular flats, you have extended flats, and you have zigzags. This is starting to look more and more like an irregular flat. And irregular flats are usually a 3-3-5 pattern. And if you look down, you have to go down to like the 30-minute time frame. You can see we had A, B, C, E, and look at this, A, B, C, B. Whoops. So if that's the case, and irregular flats usually finish around the top of where A started, or a little bit past it even sometimes. They can go to 25, 30 or so. So if that's the case, what happens after irregular flat ends? It usually goes way past the A wave though. And so that would work out perfectly for where I think this is going. Could even go to the 1.61 fib. At least $22 or so. And we got support there too. So that's my reasoning for irregular flat being an option, and on the daily chart, just not really understanding what this red candle was. It looks like a fourth wave, but like, where is the first and second wave on the daily? Not showing up. A first wave move, like I already had charted on the other time frames, and then coming back down here would make more sense. But I mean, it's not always going to be logical in the market. I understand that, so I could be completely wrong. And another thing that's going on right now is they are having buybacks as well. They announced buybacks and earnings, I think 500 million. And so this move today kind of seemed like a buyback move. It was just up. There wasn't a dip. You look at the chart on the 15 minutes. Like, it was literally just a rip for, like, if you bought calls here, you made a ton of money. Look at this. Just straight up green the whole time. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Those are my two scenarios. I'm looking for either this being a fourth wave and we're going to do the fifth wave on the 4-hour time frame. I would look for like 26, 27, or the irregular flat, and we're still going to go down to hit 22 bucks or so. If it does go to 26, 27, then it's still going to correct because that would be a fifth wave. And it's still going to be relatively in the same area too, probably like 22.50 to 23.50. So I don't see that much upside from here. And if I had calls today, I would have sold them at the end of the day, pretty much. But the only thing that I don't really like is this candle. I don't really like that candle that much. I look back at the rest of the chart, and I see whenever that candle was around, it went higher most of the time. So those are my observations. Those are the two scenarios. We're going to go to 25 down to 21.50, or we're going to do a fifth wave to 26, 27 now, leaning towards the irregular flat, especially on this daily chart. So let me know what you think in the comments. Today was a kind of a tricky day for this stock. I was recharting it and trying to figure out what was going on, and that is the conclusion I came to. So leave me a comment, like, subscribe, and give me some ticker requests. I'll talk to you in the next video.